All right, so our first major story this week is out of another Russian thing, but it's not a Russian political thing, although I guess it's loosely connected to it. It certainly wasn't meant to be a sort of political connection. But you may have heard that Kaspersky Labs was involved with some sort of breach of security with the National Security Administration. The short version of this story is that the NSA had an employee who downloaded some classified data onto his home computer. His home computer was running Kaspersky's antivirus software, and the software picked up some malware on the computer, packaged it, and sent it to Kaspersky for analysis. This is apparently a normal thing that antivirus programs do. It sounds totally normal to me that they would grab whatever they thought was a virus and send it off. I imagine you probably agree to this as part of your terms of service or something. But either way, they get this little package. It's like this little zip file or something, and they open it up. And inside is a virus, or several actually, plus some worms and some new things they haven't seen, and some documents, like PDF files. And when they look at the PDF files, they literally have like classified stamped across the top and National Security Agency listed on them. So they're like, oh shit. They claim that they deleted the classified documents within days, did not copy them, whatever, but that they kept the other materials. And that's where I thought we should start this story. In early October, a story was published in the Wall Street Journal alleging Kaspersky Labs software was used to download classified data from an NSA employee's home computer. Given that Kaspersky Lab has been at the forefront of fighting cyber espionage and crime for over 20 years, these allegations were treated very seriously by the company. To gather facts and address any concerns, Kaspersky Lab conducted an internal investigation. The preliminary results of the investigation were published on October 25th. These outline the general findings of the company's search for evidence of the alleged event reported by the media. The new report published today confirms the initial findings and provides additional insight on the analysis of Kaspersky Labs' products telemetry related to the incident. This telemetry describes suspicious activity registered on the computer in question during the time frame of the incident in 2014. Background. On September 11, 2014, a Kaspersky Lab product installed on the computer of a US-based user reported an infection of what appeared to be variants of malware used by the Equation APT group, a sophisticated cyber threat actor whose activity had already been under active investigation since March of 2014. Sometime after this, the user seems to have downloaded and installed pirated software on this machine, specifically a Microsoft Office ISO file, which is like a virtual CD, and an illegal Microsoft Office 2013 activation tool, a keygen tool. To install the pirate copy of Office 2013, the user appears to have disabled the Kaspersky Lab product on their computer. Because executing the illegal activator tool would not have been possible with the antivirus software installed or enabled. The illegal activation tool contained within the Office ISO file was infected with malware. The user was infected with this malware for an unspecified period while the Kaspersky Lab product was inactive. The malware consisted of a full-blown backdoor, which I think might have been the Dooku worm, I'm not sure, which could have allocated or allowed other third parties to access the user's machine. When re-enabled, the Kaspersky Lab product detected the malware with the verdict backdoor Win32 MOX HVL and blocked this malware from calling out to a known command and control server. The first detection of the malicious setup program was on October 4th, 2014. In addition, the antivirus product also detected new and previously known variants of Equation APT. One of the files detected by the product as new variants of Equation APT malware was a 7-zip archive, which was sent back. In accordance to the end user and KSN license agreements, there you go, to the Kaspersky Virus Lab for further analysis. Oh, Kaspersky? Thank you. I bet that's bothering some people. Kaspersky. Is that the correct pronunciation? Thank you. Upon analysis, it was discovered that the archive contained a multitude of files, including known and unknown tools of Equation Group, source code, as well as classified documents. The analyst reported the incident to the CEO. Following a request from the CEO, the archive itself, source code, and any apparently classified data were deleted within days from the company's systems. However, files that are legitimate malware binaries currently remain in Kaspersky Labs storage. The archive was not shared with any third parties. The reason Kaspersky Lab deleted those files and will delete similar ones in the future is twofold. First, it needs only malware binaries to improve protection, and secondly, it has concerns regarding the handling of potentially classified material. Because of this incident, a new policy was created for all malware analysts. They are now required to delete any potentially classified material that has been accidentally collected during anti-malware search. This investigation did not reveal any other similar incidents in 2015, 16, or 17. To date, no other third-party intrusion aside from Dooku 2 has been detected in Kaspersky Labs networks. Kaspersky Labs networks. To further support the objectivity of the internal investigation, we ran it using multiple analysts, including those of non-Russian origin and working outside of Russia to avoid even potential accusations of influence. Additional findings. One of the major early discoveries of the investigation was that the PC in question was infected with the MOX backdoor, a malware allowing malicious users remote access to a computer. As part of the investigation, Kaspersky Lab researchers took a deeper look at this backdoor and other non-equation threat-related telemetry sent from the computer. Curious MOX backdoor background. It is publicly known that the MOX backdoor, also known as SmokeBot or Smoke Loader, appeared on Russian underground forums as it was made available for purchase in 2011. Kaspersky Lab research shows that during the period of September to November of 2014, the command and control servers of this malware were registered to presumably a Chinese entity going by the name of Zhu Lu. Moreover, deeper analysis of Kaspersky Lab telemetry showed that the MOX backdoor may not have been the only malware infecting the PC in question at the time of the incident, as other illegal activation tools and keygens were discovered on the same machine. More non-equation malware. Over a period of 2 months, the product reported alarms on 121 items of non-equation malware, backdoors, exploits, trojans, and adware. All of these alerts, combined with the limited amount of available telemetry, means that while we can confirm our product spotted the threats, it is impossible to determine if they were executed during the period the product was disabled. Kaspersky Lab continues to research the other malicious samples, and further results will be published soon as the analysis is finished. Conclusions. The overall conclusions of the investigation are the following. The Kaspersky Lab software performed as expected and notified our analysts of alert on signatures written to detect Equation APT group malware that was already under investigation for 6 months. All of this in accordance with the description of the declared product functionality, scenarios, and legal documents which the user agreed to prior to the installation of the software. What is believed to be potentially classified information was pulled back because it was contained within an archive that fired on an equation-specific APT malware signature. Besides malware, the archive also contained what appeared to be source code for equation APT malware and 4 Word documents bearing classification markings. Kaspersky Lab doesn't possess information on the content of those documents, as they were deleted within days. I like how they keep mentioning that it's within days. Kaspersky Lab cannot assess whether the data was handled appropriately according to US government norms, since our analysts have not been trained on handling US classified information, nor are they under any legal obligation to do so. The information was not shared with any third party. Contrary to multiple media publications, no evidence has been found that Kaspersky Lab researchers have ever tried to issue silent signatures aimed at searching for documents with words like top secret and classified and other similar words. The MOX backdoor infection and potential infections of other non-equation malware point to the possibility that user data could have been leaked to an unknown number of third parties as a result of remote access to this computer. As a completely transparent company, Kaspersky Lab is ready to provide additional details of the investigation in a responsible manner to relevant parties from government organizations and clients concerned about recent media reports. Read the full report here, as well as a technical analysis of the Moke's backdoor here. The full report is here, and it might be just a little bit too long for us to go through. It goes into detail on the Wall Street Journal article. It goes into detail of the search and the detections that were counted in this file. So it goes into a little bit more of the technical detail that if you want to read, you can do a quick search. It's on their website. Just go to Kaspersky Lab and search for for their press releases, and you can find all the links there. Lots and lots and lots of exploits on this computer. So what do you think of that? That sounds like some irresponsible computing from an NSA employee. And I mean, with enough employees, there's bound to be some incident someplace, right? I'm not saying that they're immune to having incidents and accidents, but with great power comes great responsibility, right? And they have these tools that they are using, they're exploiting and creating and encouraging, and they want to have things like backdoors into security systems, or be able to bypass encryption and things. Especially American law enforcement would love to have that. And I understand why. I understand it would be great if we had an X-ray vision and could see all the criminals and just pick them out off the street and lock them up. That's not how it works, though. It's not due process. That's not how it works. But an NSA agent who is working on malware for the NSA, or possibly analyzing third-party malware for the NSA, putting Russian antivirus software on his home computer while he has potentially, or she has potentially classified information on that computer. There's a bunch of things that went wrong here that should not have happened. This is not the proper handling of classified information on the NSA's part, not Kaspersky's lab part. If this is all true. Remember, we just read a press release from Kaspersky's lab, Kaspersky Lab. I'm gonna get this right, I swear. We just read this press release. It's their press release. They're writing it from their perspective. Are they lying? I don't know. I don't think so. But it is written from their perspective, so it is open to a challenge from someone providing an additional perspective. So you have to take it with at least a grain of salt and some natural skepticism. But it looks legit to me so far. Kaspersky.